Ronaldo has never carried Portugal in any of the international trophies they won. And in this video, I'm going to show you why. First of all, I just want to clarify that there's a huge difference between carrying your team and being the best player in your team when you win a tournament. Carrying your team implies you were not just the best player for the tournament, but you were the best player in at least 80% of the games played in that tournament. You took most of the responsibilities, and every single time your team was in help where you need, you were always the one to turn up and help your team in almost every single game in that tournament. Ronaldo has never done this for Portugal. First of all, Euros 2016. In the first game against Iceland, Ronaldo literally did nothing for Portugal. In fact, he was actively playing against them in that game. He did not score a goal. He barely took on his man. Did not create anything. That guy barely won duels in this game. The second game was against Austria. Another game where Ronaldo was not just a net negative for Portugal. He also missed a very crucial penalty that would have seen them kicked out of the tournament if they didn't turn up against Hungary. Now, against Hungary, he did pretty well. In fact, dare I say, he's the reason why they didn't get knocked out of the tournament in the group stage. But then against Croatia, he went back to being a net negative for Portugal. Again, did not contribute anything, barely created anything, barely took on his man, lost a lot of possession. Same thing for the game against Poland. This time around, the one big chance that Portugal created in this game, Ronaldo missed it. Again, a net negative for Portugal. But then in the semi-finals against Wales, he turned up and scored and assisted both of the goals they scored in that game. And that makes it 2 games that Ronaldo turned up for Portugal in this whole tournament. Because in the final, he got injured and Portugal ended up winning without Ronaldo. Now, personally, I still think Ronaldo is arguably the best player for Portugal in this tournament. But then I don't think Ronaldo carried Portugal in this tournament. Simply because Portugal were able to make it through over 70% of their game without the help of Ronaldo. When it comes to their first Nations League in 2019, do I really need to say much? This brother did not even play a single game for Portugal until they were in the semi-finals. Did not participate in the group stage at all. Portugal had to go to the semi-finals themselves. That's when he then came. He scored a hat-trick in the semi-finals. Give it to him. But then in the final, he didn't do anything. It was Guedes that scored the game-winning goal. And he wasn't even the best player for them in that tournament. It was Bernardo Silva. He won the player of the tournament. And the Nations League 2025, that one he actually did really well. He had like 9 GA in 9 games. That's 8 goals and 1 assist. Amazing. But you can't say he carried Portugal because he was not even the best player for Portugal. Portugal's best player in that tournament was Nuno Mendes. And everybody agrees in this. This is unanimously agreed on that Nuno Mendes was the best player for Portugal in that tournament. Even Ronaldo fans agree on this. And that's why I say that Ronaldo has never carried Portugal to an international trophy. Unlike Lionel Messi carried Argentina in the 2021 Copa America by scoring the only goal against Chile, assisting the only goal against Uruguay, and then when it comes to Bolivia, he scored and assisted 3 of the 4 goals that they scored in that game. Against Ecuador in the knockout stage, he scored and assisted every single goal. Against Colombia, he assisted the only goal that they got in that game. Mind you, this is just talking about the goal, not even the overall performances and the amount of chances Messi created in that tournament. Same thing for the 2022 World Cup. Every single game Argentina played, Messi was their best player, including Poland, the game where he missed a penalty. That's how good he was at that tournament. And if Argentina had won this 2026 World Cup, it would have been another example of Messi carrying his country to another tournament. And that is the huge difference between both of these players' international legacy.